Hi, David.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi. I wanted to ask you a few questions today to discover what motivates you on your art and find out what you're up to and just find out a little bit about what you're doing. So my first question is, what do you do on days where you don't feel like creating art?
Well, I asked that on interview questions up on Facebook this morning, and somebody asked me that question. And pretty much I do art every day in some fashion. I do a series of 10 drawings a day as a mantra, and I'm up to 3,500 drawings as of now. And I also do 20 holiday cards, all hand drawn. So there's 30 drawings right off the bat that I do minimum every day. According to then, but I don't usually paint every day. Sometimes I don't go a long time without painting, but normally I draw every day in some fashion. And if I don't do more than those 30, then I watch movies or listen to music. I go to the library a lot, check out some art books or Xerox stuff down. So, you know.
Okay. I have another question for you. Do you ever fear success?
Yeah, it does creep in every once in a while. Fear of success, like what would happen, but can't really think about it too much because it's not what I really focus on. I focus mostly on making the artwork. It's a byproduct of what that happens. It's what happens. Sometimes it might happen. Sometimes it's just the result of what I do every day. So I don't really try to think about it too much, but it is happening. So.
Okay. Have you ever do you ever go to events and festivals and things like that and sell your art? Like, where can somebody go and get a piece of your art?
Oh, totally. I go to where the people are. A couple weeks ago, I went to the Visionary Art Museum flea market, and I was down there all day, and we were selling stuff with my friend Mark May and Matt Deterior. We were selling our artwork down there, and we were selling stuff with people that were selling, pretty much junk and knickknacks. And all three of us sold our work to the Visionary Art Museum. I sold probably close to 2,000 drawings to the museum.
Oh my gosh!
To be sold in
awesome.
In the shop down at the Visionary Art Museum gift shop. So there's approximately 2,000 drawings or 2 cases of drawings down there for sale. So yeah, I try to go where the people are.
Okay. How do you get your ideas? I mean, you do so much art every day. Where do these ideas come from?
It comes a lot of it comes out of my head. A lot of it comes from watching a lot of movies. Usually, yesterday I watched about 3 or 4 movies yesterday, and I usually have it playing in the background or while I draw, and I get bits and sound bites out of that, words or quotes or something like that out of that. And sometimes it comes from music, sometimes it comes from conversations in the morning with over a bagel and coffee with my friends. So it comes from a lot of different sources.
Okay. Do you have any other favorite artists, maybe locally or nationally or throughout history, that inspire you and maybe that you like to read about or see in films or anything like that?
Totally. There's the top ones now are Daniel Johnston. He does music and drawings and paintings. There's probably over 100 local, major bands that have covered his music, from Nirvana to everybody, a lot of other people. He's famous for the Hi, How Are You? And then there's Ray Johnson. He's a male artist. He died a while back, but they just pretty much eat, breathe, and drink the stuff. So I pretty much go after that and charge into those guys.
Okay, I know you've been really into mail art for a while. Could you explain what that is? I know it's it's like postal art where you mail original drawings. I think that's how I understand it.
Yeah, like Ray Johnson pretty much started off a while back doing mail art, and I've been doing mail art for a long time. And more recently, I send a lot of my work through the mail. So yeah, I it's a way to just really easy to do it, and it's fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Why do you sell your art for $1 or less?
Well, I was doing a lot of work, and I was in the dumpster diver gallery down on South Street about a year or so ago, and I decided to just see what would happen if I had all my work for $1 and see what would happen. And a lot of the members thought I was crazy, nuts, just I wouldn't make any money. And after the next month that rolled by, I had sold tons of work, and I learned that I'd rather sell a work for $1 than try to sell it for $1,000 or $500. I was able to sell a lot easier to a lot wider range of people, like college students, people that didn't have as much money. So it was a lot easier for them to walk away with a piece of artwork for only $1.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, you were in an accident. Could you tell me how you coped after the accident? Maybe describe that situation some.
Well, the accident happened on December 28th of '07, and pretty much what would happen was I was on my way to lunch on my bicycle in Florida, and I never made it to lunch. I had an accident with a tractor trailer, and through the course of events, I coded in the ambulance, and I coded about 4 more times en route and through surgery of 4.5 hours, and I spent 2 months in surgery. I pretty much was a miracle as far as the surgeons go. They asked me the next morning, they're like, "Why are you still here?" There's no reason medically why I'm supposed to be here still. So to cope with all that, it took me many, many months after I came home before I was able to do any work. Mostly because of the PTSD and what was going on in my head. And the artwork it really is a major coping skill. How to cope through the day, drawing or doing something creative really knocks down the PTSD a bit, but it's still there. And I also watch movies to help too. But I do much as I can to cope with that, with the art. It really helps.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. I know in my life art has really helped me cope with a lot of situations. Sometimes it might just be personal angst or just in the mood to draw or whatever the case is. Right. It's always a peaceful outlet, and it's just, I think a lot of people really ought to pick up a pencil or a pen or whatever it takes, and just crayons or whatever it is, and just do some drawing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna kind of cut this a little bit short because we're running out of time.
Okay.
But I just want to ask you one last question. Could you tell me about the recent article about the mural you just did with Jeffrey Partridge?
Yeah, there's a Jeffrey Partridge and I did a mural about a couple months ago, and it's in Berwyn, right down the street from my house. It's in the front page of the Suburban Life newspaper, and the title of it is "Be Kind." Jeffrey did the title, the text, and it's a 56.5-foot mural. It's basically a way, it's pretty cool. It's brightly colored, and it's in Berwyn. It's in both of our quote styles, the way we paint, and it's just a way of giving back to the community that helped me through my recovery of my accident. Be kind. My neighbors mowed my lawn. They brought me groceries. They did a lot of things. They took me to the store. They drove me around. So they were very kind to me. So that's why.
Okay. Thanks so much for the interview, David.
All right.
Okay.